Hello and welcome to Buildings of Tomorrow. My name is John Lester, and in today's episode we'll be talking about some of the different benefits that can be realised by applying data analytics. I'm joined today by Tyson Soutter, a Global Business Development Manager for Digitalisation at Siemens Smart Infrastructure. Tyson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, give us an idea of some of the different benefits that data analytics can deliver.
Yes, energy savings is an obvious one. That's very easy to measure. Everyone understands it. It's something that everyone looks for, and it has a huge benefit in emissions reduction as well, which is really important and thankfully becoming a much more important topic for the end users here. But also there's operational improvement, I think, which is quite obvious as well, where it's saying, oh, we're measuring all this data, how can we improve the processes? And, talk about scale and efficiency. We want to be able to look at the data, apply some smart rules and analytics to enable people to do more things. So it's really the people and technology conversation we've had in the past, saying, give them the right context, give them the right information, and they can do more. The stuff that is becoming a bit more of a conversation topic in buildings is maintenance reduction, of course, but it's not about reducing the service, but improving the quality, but improving the productivity of the people as well. So this is something that has such a huge weighting and benefits, yet doesn't really become part of the conversation today. So how can I look at improving my employees' productivity just through improving the conditions? And this can be done and can be measured. And there's a lot of studies showing the huge benefits around this. And we've talked about it in the past, but it's light levels and an amount of CO2 and particulates in the air, and just also the office environment. This can all be measured with the data available in our buildings.
So not just energy efficiency, not just savings and predictive maintenance and some of the more traditional and well-established applications for data analytics, but also spreading into the actual users of the building and beyond the operational technologies, and starting to look at some of those other costs that buildings incur that can also be related back to that information.
Exactly. And I've had many conversations in the recent past where people say, I want to reduce my emissions and make my building healthier for my people. And that's a topic I didn't have 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
And so it's really interesting to see that the market shift, especially with certain rating systems coming out saying, let's measure this. Let's prove that it's a really good building and it has a huge quantifiable benefit for any building.
And quantifiable is a really important point, because qualitative benefits are something that we can imply or that we hope is possible. But when you're really talking about extra investment and maybe capital investment or adding to the functionality of a building, you really have to understand the return on investment and the benefits that you can actually derive from that.
Yeah, and there's some really simple stuff we've done today where, improve the air quality and the light levels and see the reduction in absentees. That's something that we can go, we directly impacted that. The harder one is saying, how can we make sure that people are doing better work and achieving more, being more creative and solving more complex problems? That we might be able to focus on time with improved data sets, but today it's a bit of a harder sell.
Still a bit of a future focus.
Exactly.
So within those different areas where we can find benefits, we've spoken in the past, and something I'd like to come back to is even for the operator of the building. If we don't look in this instance at the users, we look at the operation, making that connection between the operational expenditure beyond just the energy savings, but actually looking at how you connect that information together. What are some of the examples you can give us for how that can create benefits?
Yeah, so we've seen many times where things are just kind of happening because that's the status quo. We've always done it that way. But we can tune buildings really effectively and say that's not quite necessary. Let's utilize that labor to be a little bit more productive. Let's look at it as saying, instead of just checking everything or doing these huge audits on a building, let's free up those people to be able to drive more successful measures. Really hit those key targets that everyone's trying to hit at the moment, hit those emission reductions. So once you collect the data and make it available to the highly skilled individuals, they can go, great, I don't have to spend a month of my year collecting all this data and verifying and validating these measures. I can say, I'm comfortable and I'm confident that this is being done through our smart processes.
So using data analytics to cover some of those those, what we call it, grunt work, some
Yeah.
of the repetitive tasks, some of
Exactly.
the things that maybe don't require the experience and the knowledge and something that we spoke about before, but this context which a person can add to free them up to spend their time to use this information to make better decisions and make positive improvements for the future.
Exactly. I think those repetitive tasks where you still need a highly skilled person to verify the work, but they don't need to gather all the work. So
They don't have to crunch the numbers.
exactly, we're freeing them up to do more productive and important measures.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us here on Buildings of Tomorrow. Please feel free to comment, like, and share this episode, and also ensure to subscribe to us here on this channel. We'll see you again soon.